Super excited to visit with a very funny comedian. We have Jamie Tucker. Jamie, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing amazing. How are you?
I am fantastic, and I'm excited for you to be a part of the very fun Last Comic Standing Sioux Falls edition. And this is really cool. There's 8 comics. You're one of the top 8 comics that signed up for this in Sioux Falls. That's got to feel good just to be even a part of it, isn't it?
Oh, God, it's so amazing. I get to hang out with all these really cool people, and it's going to be a great night. I'm so excited.
It is going to be a whole lot of fun. And you're a very, very funny person. You've done comedy for a while now. How long ago did you start doing stand-up comedy?
About 4 years ago.
And what was it that made you decide to get into this? What was it that made you say, I'm going to get on the stage and tell people stuff?
Well, I used to get in trouble at work a lot for telling jokes to my patients. I worked in healthcare. And sometimes I would tell jokes that weren't exactly work appropriate, and I would get in trouble for that.
You're like, I gotta find a way to make this a good thing.
Yeah. So I decided, well, let me just write down my jokes, and then I can tell them to other adults in a proper setting.
Nice. And
yeah.
Now you moved here from Florida, is that right?
I did.
And so there are some of the jokes that kind of go back to Florida times, but some of the jokes that are kind of current stuff. And
yes.
How would you compare the two states? Are we all kind of equally crazy?
No, you guys are not as crazy, but you're nice. Crazy in a different way, but not as crazy.
Sometimes I feel like we're like friendly crazy. As a matter of fact, like when you first called in, I still had somebody here. She's been saying goodbye for like 15 or 20 minutes, and I finally, because you called, she got to leave. So that was, she'll probably thank you later.
Yes, the long goodbyes.
So how would you describe your humor for somebody who has not had a chance to see you perform stand-up comedy? How would you describe what you do on stage?
I like to tell silly stories about my family, things that have actually happened to me. Whenever something happens and it seems kind of ironic or out of pocket, I like to hold on to that memory and then share it with the masses.
I love that. And to me, the true stories are so much funnier than the made up stories because like that is something that really happened. I love that.
Yeah. And more likely than not, people can relate to your true stories. Yeah.
Well, and when I first started in Sioux City, I was going to open mics there, and there was a guy that had a really funny story, and then I was talking to him about it afterwards, and he goes, "That was just a joke. That didn't happen." And I was so disappointed. I'm like, "What? It was so funny." And then I found out none of it really happened. I was like, "Okay, well, I guess." But I do the same thing you do. I tell true stories, things that really happen. Mm-hmm. And to me, there's something special about that.
Yeah. You have a reaction to an event, or you have a thought in your head about something that happens to you and you want to, translate that event into something humorous. I like taking things that are strange or weird or maybe, extremely inappropriate and turn it into something funny that we can all relate to. Absolutely.
So Friday night, Last Comic Standing, it's at the district, and the winner walks away with $1,000. So, Jamie,
I know.
If you win $1,000, do you already have a plan for that? Do you know where you're gonna put it or what you're gonna do with it?
It's probably going to go to kids' sports. My kids are in volleyball and cheer. That's expensive. That's probably where it's going to go.
Absolutely, yeah. It's amazing how much more expensive that stuff is today than back when I was a kid.
Oh my gosh, it really is. Yeah, it's crazy, but they love it. I hate it, but they love it.
Like,
you're going to be a good mom.
What are all these things for? These are pads so nobody gets hurt. I'm like, they get pads? They get helmets? What?
Yeah.
We didn't have that.
Right.
So, the stand-up comedy, are you doing quite a bit of this now, or how much comedy do you do these days, Jamie?
Usually about once a week. I go to open mics, and then I usually have a show out of town or sometimes in town. About once a week. You follow me on Facebook and keep up.
Nice. And is this something that you want to do more of? This is kind of a fun thing that you enjoy doing? You like doing more of this?
Oh, I'd love to do more. I would love to do more. Yeah.
Well, Jamie is one of the many funny comics that you're going to get a chance to see on Friday night. Jamie, thank you so much for your time today. And I'm excited to see you at more fun stuff lately. It's been awesome to see you coming back.
Thank you so much, John. It's been great talking to you.
Absolutely. Again, Jamie Tucker, one of the many funny comics that you will get a chance to see at Last Comic Standing, Sioux Falls edition. I encourage you to get out and see it Friday night at the District in Sioux Falls. All of the details at facebook.com/Sioux Falls Comedy.